One of the things that really annoys me in the One Piece community is how admirals are laughed at. How admirals are basically seen as a power behind the Yonko level. They're not seen as two equal levels. And in my opinion, I don't think that's true. I think the admirals are about the same level, if not, with the exception of Akainu, stronger than the Yonkos. So what makes this argument seem not as strong? Oda said in an interview that if Akainu was the protagonist, then he would find the One Piece in a week. Now put that to perspective. We have Big Mom, we have Kaido, we have Shanks, and we have Whitebeard that have been pirates. Well, for the exception of Shanks and Whitebeard, Kaido and Big Mom have been pirates for years, and they have yet to even get near the One Piece. Now, take that to perspective. A week. A week. It would take Akainu a week to find the One Piece. That just shows you how insanely strong Akainu is. Now, another example I like to bring up is how Sengoku is also underrated, a super underrated character. Sengoku and Garp, they numerous times has confronted Goldie Roger, technically the strongest character we ever seen in the story. Confronted, fights to the death. It's been said that Garp and Roger have fought to the death countless times, to the point where Roger respects Garp at a certain point and sees him as a crewmate. Now, the biggest thing people see, biggest reason why people think Yonkos and Admirals are two completely different levels is the feat-wise. Story-wise, Oda wants the Yonkos to be endgame, so the endgame characters have to be a certain level. But remember that the end game, the end war, is gonna be mostly against the Marines, and the admirals have to be super strong. Now, people say it takes two admirals to take a Yonko down. Well, you could say that, but I do believe that Akainu is the exception. I believe that Akainu is top three in my opinion. Maybe top two at the story right now. And the story, he might be the strongest character. He might be. But here's the thing. Pre-time skip, we've seen the strength of Akainu, Kizaru, and Aokiji. Now you can't deny the feats that they accomplished in Marineford. Kizaru wasn't even trying. Let's talk about Kizaru for a second. Nowhere in the story has he been trying. His personality has shown that he might seem like he's taking you serious, but he's not. Great. Perfect example is Ben Beckman. Now we all think that Ben Beckman is probably the strongest first commander of any Yonko. But see, the anime didn't show the second part to the confrontation between Ben Beckman and Kizaru. In the manga, it's shown that Kizaru just kept going, and it seemed like he was joking about how Ben Beckman, he was scared of Ben Beckman. Now another thing about Kizaru is I believe he's probably the second strongest admiral we've seen so far. No disrespect to Aokiji, but Kizaru's strength cannot be laughed at. Another point is the devil fruits that these admirals have. First of all, the Maga Maga no Mi. It's probably one of the strongest devil fruits in the One Piece universe. The light fruit, or the Yami Yami no Mi. Not the Yami. I forgot the name of it, but that's an OP fruit. Now, the speed of light is nothing to laugh at. That's pretty damn fast. Aokiji's fruit is also overpowered. Fujitori's fruit, gravity itself, he brings down asteroids. That's overpowered. Now, we don't know what Red Bull's fruit is. I mean, not Green Bull's fruit, but it must be super strong as well. See, there's a trend between the admirals. They all have a certain color and a certain animal associated with them. Kind, you have the red dog, blue pheasant, yellow monkey. Fujitora, I believe it's a certain type of tiger. Green bull. I mean, to laugh at the admiral's strength, in my opinion, is not something to laugh about. I believe that there are certain situations where Admirals could beat Yonkos. Akainu's a different story. I believe Akainu is probably at Kaido's, Shanks, around that level. If anything, he's between both of them, or even stronger. Aokiji is also someone that fought Akainu for 14 days, if I believe it was that. 14 days. They fought endlessly, to the point where the Punk Hazard was split in between an ice and technically a lava, half ice, half lava. They completely changed the terraform of the island. That shows you how strong these guys are. Now, another feat that I think is pretty crazy is the amount of hockey. The skill they have with hockey. I believe they have the best armament hockey in the series. Probably one of the best users compared to the Yonkos. Observation hockey is crazy. Another thing I want to talk about is Garp. Even though Garp isn't an Admiral, I would say he's Admiral Yonko level. The dude has shown that he's probably one of the strongest Marines to ever live in the history of One Piece. And clearly people see them as something weaker. You know, they even compare Yonko commanders to Admirals. That's not, in my opinion, that's not comparable. Yonko commander level is technically Luffy at the moment. You can't compare Luffy to Akainu, to Kizaru. Well, we gotta stop comparing the Admirals to such characters to a degree, because in the end, they are the end game of One Piece. They are the opposition of the pirates. And the Admirals are at a position that they have to be as strong as the Yonkos, if not stronger. Marineford was a completely good example of how strong the Admirals are. If it wasn't for Luffy and his crew and all his friends, in my opinion, the Whitebeard pirates didn't even stand a chance. Let alone they stood a chance in the story. They stood a chance even with Luffy and the help of the others. The Admirals is just a completely different other story when it comes to One Piece. And that's all I'm going to say about today, guys. I know this might get hate, but people got to stop looking at Yonkos like they're weak, man. They're not weak. The Yonkos are strong. The Admirals are strong. If I would gauge the power level, I would say the Yonkos are about Ultra Instinct Goku level, okay? And the Admirals are about Jiren level. Yeah, about the same. Admirals are not something to be laughed about. They are probably endgame. And I don't even want to bring the Gorosei. That's a whole nother video. The Gorosei are probably just as strong as the Admiral, if not stronger. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm out, guys.